Hey, welcome back to another MTB Fitness video. So in this one, I'm going to do a Q&A. I sent an email out to my email list. Now, if you want to sign up to that, you can just go to mtb.fitness, click the menu and click daily email sign up and you can get free daily emails from me. Now, I sent an email out to my email list asking if you've got any specific gym training, recovery type questions. I got a load of responses, so I'm literally going to spend the next 10, 20 minutes going through there and answering some questions. So question number one comes from Carolyn. She said, "Hi Matt, I'm wanting to start some additional training either in a gym with a personal trainer or doing exercises from home. Which is best?" So, if you've got a choice of training in the gym or training at home, first of all, you want to consider the time side of it. So training at home is obviously much more time efficient because you don't need to go anywhere. Training in a gym takes up more of your time. But the trade-off with that is that when you're training in a gym, you've got much more equipment to choose from, you can do a more detailed workout, you can build up the weights in a more structured way. Training at home, on the other hand, requires no equipment, there's no one else around, and you can do it in your own time. So the gym is better, it will give you better results, but if you're going to find it easier to stick to a home workout plan, training from home is ideal. If you don't fancy getting a PT, gotta plug this now, then have a look at my 12 and 16 week training programs because you get both gym and home plans included with those. You get 12 weeks worth of gym plans and 12 weeks worth of home plans. The gym plans use everything in the gym, all the equipment, and the home plans literally just need a resistance band and you can do it as many times as you want. You can dive into the program and get stuck into that. So it might be an idea doing that because it's mountain bike specific. A good personal trainer will give you good mountain bike specific plans, but it can be a little bit difficult to find a good personal trainer. At least you know with the 12 week programs, they're written by a mountain biker, so they're going to be specific to you. So to answer your question, gym is always better as long as you can commit to going to the gym. If not, you can still get brilliant results working from home or training out from home. Next one. So Liam has said, how to handle holiday periods and training, e.g. time away over Christmas. Should he rest? Should he train through? Should you start where you left off? Do you go backwards? It's all just a bit confusing. So this is really simple. If you're going to be taking a week off over Christmas, no problem at all. So it's actually good for your recovery. The way that I'd attack a holiday like that, like Christmas, is you want to just start and train for 5-6 weeks hard, whatever it is leading up to Christmas, and then when it comes to that Christmas period, your body's going to be ready for a rest, so you can then kick back and relax for a week over Christmas and your body's going to recover. I drink fizzy water, I apologise for the hiccups. What's actually going to happen is that when you come back to the gym after you've had a week off, you're then going to feel recovered and you're going to feel stronger. Now what you don't want to do is just get drunk every day and binge on crap food. That's not quite going to help your recovery. But doing that is a really good idea. The other side of it as well is that you may want to train over Christmas. So rather than doing 6 heavy days a week, you may just do a couple of workouts a week just to help yourself tick over. Whatever you choose, you do what's right for you. There's no right answer, it's all good, so you don't need to stress. On to the next question. So this one comes from Paul. If feasible, it would be really useful to have a guided stretch session where you took us through a full 10-15 minute stretch routine. That's actually quite funny because I literally, just before this video, just filmed one. So that would be ideal. So depending on when we put this video out, it will either already be out or it'll be coming out. So I literally just did a 12 minute and you asked for 10 to 15 minutes stretching video. So watch this space for that one, that's perfect. I've not read these questions, I'm reading them live on camera. Hey Matt, great timing as there is a question I am going to ask. Is there any training I could do, apart from the 12-week course of course, to prepare my body for the impact of downhill biking? I've recently done a couple of multi-day rides, both of which involve long downhills. So the idea here is that they're getting tired when they're doing downhills. What can they do to train for it? So first of all, my 12 and 16 week program are genuinely great for building it up. If you want to go above and beyond, the type of exercises in general you want to be doing to build up for the downhills are strengthening you up in general. So you want to build up your strength, you want to be doing some impact exercises, and you want to just work all round on that sort of things. The 12 and 16 week programs are perfect for it. So if you've already got those, you don't need to be doing anything extra, just do more of them. Like everything designed in there is to help every aspect of your mountain biking. So if you've not got them, get them and get stuck in. If you have got them, rather than looking for something else, or just get stuck into them and do those because they're going to be perfect for you. But in general, how to build your strength up for mountain biking is just working all those muscles that you work. So, you know, you're holding that attack position, you want strong hamstrings, strong glutes, a strong lower back, allowing your body to take a beating on your upper body. You want to make sure that you're doing bench presses and dips and press ups and dumbbell presses. You want to be doing the back exercises like chin ups and rows, that kind of stuff. And then you can also add some impact exercise in there as well. So like explosive press ups as an example, where you actually get a bit of a hit and a bit of an impact. That can be brilliant for getting you used to those hard impacts. But genuinely, this isn't just me saying it to try and sell my program. If you've already got the 12 and 16 week programs, do those, they'll be perfect for you. Chris, when is a good time to use a roller or spiky ball on your muscles? Pre-ride, post-ride, before exercise, etc. Thanks, Chris. So if you get really tight muscles, so if you get tight adductors, for example, and you find that it limits you on the bike, or if you get pain in specific areas when you're riding, using a foam roller or spiky ball before you do a ride can be really good for loosening off those areas. So the way that you do it is you would do the foam roller or the spiky ball first, and then you would do a stretch routine like the ones that I've got. So if you just go onto the MTB Fitness YouTube channel and you can do a pre-ride stretch video, they're dynamic stretches that get you warmed up. So you would tackle those really tight areas with the massage ball or the foam roller, and then you'll warm up again to make sure your muscles are ready to go. So that's how you would do it if you've got specific tight areas. The rest of the time you can do it whenever you want. If the aim is just to improve flexibility, there's no wrong time to foam roll, so do it whenever works best for you. The best thing to do really is to just do it at a set structure, so you could do it before bed or in the morning, whatever works best for your routine really. Moving on to the next one. Boom. Nick Hickton. Hi Matt, sorry, not a training / gym specific question, but one I've been wondering about for a while. Would you mind explaining why you switched from 27.5" wheels to a 29er? How tall am I? Of course I will. It's not gym based, but it's bike based. That'll do me. So the reason I went from a 27.5 up to a 29er is literally just for those bigger wheels, that bigger rolling. When I rode it, I heard all the time that they're really difficult to turn in corners. I just didn't find that when I rode. Like, sure, they do have a wider turning circle, but not massively more. They roll so much better on a downhill or in a climb. So when you're hammering down a rocky downhill, because the wheel is literally bigger, rather than it hitting it and taking more of the impact, it just rolls over those rocks so much easier. And you feel that both on the descents and on the climbs. The rolling is just so much better. How tall am I? I'm 5'10.5", I think I am. But even if I was shorter, I could still ride a 29er in my opinion. I don't find it that much difficult to maneuver and whatnot. So yeah, that's why I went for it. It just rolls so much better, both up and down, and that makes you faster and more efficient. So it's well worth it in my opinion. I almost definitely won't be going back to 27.5. Next one. James, hey Matt, should we warm our muscles up before stretching? Yes. So if you're doing stretching, a lot of the stretches I do that are kind of pre-ride stretches are dynamic stretches. Now people often think that that's a bounce. It's not. A bounce in a stretch will be like a hard bounce, and that's when if you do that on a cold muscle you can pull it. A dynamic stretch is a stretch with movement. So if you're doing a hamstring stretch, for example, you're doing it in and out with movement, and what that actually does is it warms you up as you're doing it. What I personally tend to do before I stretch is I'll do like some squats or something like that, nice and steady, just to get a little bit of blood into the muscles. But as long as you're doing it slowly, as long as you're doing the movements in the stretches slowly, that will get blood in. So if you've just been outside in the freezing cold, don't then stretch a muscle. It's like an elastic band. You need to get some warmth into it, and then it will stretch much better. If you try to stretch an elastic band that had been in the freezer, that ain't gonna work. It's not gonna stretch at all. So yeah, you do want your muscles to be warm before you stretch. Let's do 3 more. Morning Matt, I do not seem to build enough muscle on my hamstrings. I cannot afford the gym fees, but I work out at home. 40-year-old woman and been mountain biking 2 years now. So an awesome, intense training method for home would be awesomeness. First of all, I know I'm repeating this over and over, but it keeps coming up. Buy my 12 or 16 week programs or both and follow them from home, because they will show you exactly how to build up your hamstrings and all the other muscles in your body in a periodized way. So that's number 1, go buy the program. If you can't afford a gym membership, it's 40 quid for the 12 week program, and that obviously covers 12 weeks. But if you're really on a tight budget, rather than moving on to the 16-week program, you could repeat it. So it's well worth the money if you ask me. Some exercises to do from home to build up your hamstrings. You can Google these. You can do glute raises. That'll be good for you. You can do Romanian deadlifts and just grab something around the house that weighs a little bit. You can do lunges, although they do weight your quads as well, but and your glutes, but lunges are a good exercise. You can just do quite a few exercises like that at home to build your hamstrings up. But again, check out my programs because they will really help you build that up. Next one, Amy. What do you recommend as a gym split for mountain biking? I currently gym 3 to 4 times a week and I ride at the weekends. I do a pull-push split sometimes with legs. I was wondering if the accessory glutes, biceps and triceps on their own are a bit of a waste of time. Yeah, if you're going into the gym and doing an arm workout on its own, that's just to get hench arms. It's not really going to help you mountain biking. There is no perfect split for mountain biking. In the 12-week program, it varies throughout the program. So some months you'll be doing an upper-lower split where you do all upper body and all lower body on another ones. Other ones are full body workouts. If you're training 3 to 4 times a week and you want a real general example, a good idea maybe to do an upper body push-pull on one workout. Then I'd do 2 full body workouts. So ones where you might superset like a squat and a chin-up, for example. And then on that 4th day, you might want to do a circuit-based workout, so like a CrossFit style circuit-based workout. So you do 1 upper body, 2 full body, and then 1 where you're doing like a circuit base. But there's no right or wrong way, as long as it's structured, that's the main thing. But again, keeps coming up, get on my 12 or 16 week program because that'll do it all for you. Right, Candice, I'd love some advice on keeping the back strong and healthy. I battle with a sore lower back and a few of my cycling buddies do. So first of all, with your back, make sure you work with a physio. Working with a physio is really, really important when it comes to building up your lower back. So you need to do that first. There's 2 main things when it comes to backs when you've done that. First one is flexibility. So you want to make sure that you build up, you stretch off your hip flexors, your lower back, your glutes, your hamstrings, all those muscles that surround your lower back, because chances are they're going to be tight and that's going to put more pressure on your back and make it more painful. And then the other side of it is strengthening all those muscles. So you need to make sure you've got a strong core, that's number 1. Make sure that your back muscles are strong through doing the right sorts of exercises. Build up your glutes, for example. And your quads and your hamstrings and just all the muscles, around your body that protect that lower back of what you want to build up. It's all about strengthening it up. If you don't currently train at home or in the gym, you're missing out on a big trick if you've got back pain. It's one of the best things you can do to build it up. I'll do one more. Right, there's about 20 I could choose here. Sorry if I don't answer your questions, I will do another one. Hi Matt, let's pick this one. John Ammans, sorry. Hi Matt, how do you keep your motivation up with gym sessions over time? I start with good intentions, but I have a problem with variety and I get a bit bored. So you keep it varied. So change your workouts up all the time. So in my 12 and 16 week programs, every 2 weeks the workouts change. So that means you only do the same workout twice. So twice is never long enough to get bored. So you do 3 sessions a week. You do those 3 sessions in week 1, those 3 sessions in week 2, and then in week 3 the workouts change. So you never manage to get bored of it because they're always working. The way to do it is to have a goal, have a clear goal that you're working towards, have a structured plan so that you actually know what you're doing and why you're doing it. Keep it varied, so never go longer than 5 weeks doing the same workout plans. Make sure you vary it up in that time. And then just try something different. So there's always different exercises, different ways to do different exercises. All of those things will help keep it varied. There's loads more questions there. What I think I'll do with the rest of them is answer them on a podcast. So this could go out. It might be out after you've watched this video, it might already be out, so go check. Just Google MTB Fitness podcast or type in MTB Fitness on any podcast app and I'll answer all the remaining questions in a podcast for you. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you've really enjoyed this video. I hope it's been useful, and seeing as I've plugged it through the whole thing, you may as well check out my 12 or 16 week programs. Just go to mtb.fitness and you can learn all about them. The reason that I keep plugging them over and over is not because I'm trying to sell my programs. I love it when people buy them, but it's because they're genuinely the right answer to a lot of those questions. If you follow the program, it'll improve every aspect of your mountain biking. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again for another video.